Hello and welcome to the latest episode of New Dad on Old Movies. I'm your host, Jason the New Dad, and I am joined live via being in the other room having breakfast with her mother by my daughter, Indy. Say hello. This is not happening, but you know, what am I gonna do? This channel is intended as a casual primer for classic movies. I'll be focusing mainly on the ones I think most people have heard of, but perhaps not seen. I won't spoil the endings, I promise. The guidelines. 1. Every movie's one I like, otherwise it's just a waste of my time. 2. Every film is from before 1970. And 3. Every film is available on Blu-ray or DVD. So if you like it, go out and buy it or rent it or digitally rent it. So let's get to it, and hopefully someday my daughter will actually want to see some of these movies. In this episode, we're examining the 1958 adventure film The Hidden Fortress by Akira Kurosawa and starring Toshiro Mifune. It was their 10th of 16 collaborations. Originally released in Japan as The Three Villains of the Hidden Fortress, catchy, The Hidden Fortress, while not as well known as Seven Samurai, is famous for what it inspired. That's right, it was one of George Lucas's main inspirations for Star Wars. Note at the beginning, I googled the pronunciation of all the names to be as accurate as possible, but I apologize in advance to any Japanese listeners if I get them wrong. The Hidden Fortress was made by Kurosawa as a thank you to Toho Studios for financing some of his edgier, less commercial fare. And indeed, it was Kurosawa's most successful film in Japan until Yojimbo 3 years later. His work was often criticized by Japanese critics for being too Western, and you can literally see the Western influence, like from John Ford's Stagecoach. Kurosawa told stories framed around individuals and their perspectives, which clashed with the Japanese approach at the time. But yeah, George Lucas. He took the idea of the story being told from the point of view of two low characters, peasants turned bandits in Hidden Fortress and droid servants in Star Wars, to tell a big story. Princess Yuki became Princess Leia. General Rokuroto became Obi-Wan Kenobi, whom Leia refers to as a general. I won't get into all the inspirations here, but the YouTube channel Cinefix does a great job of breaking down the samurai influence on Star Wars, so check it out. Alright, let's get to the setup. Some credits go by that I can read a tiny fraction of because I briefly lived in China. And they keep going by. And they keep going by. I'm really hoping I'm not missing anything, but the subtitles for this don't seem to care, so I'm assuming they're just crediting gaffers and stuff. Oh, there's a credit worth translating apparently. We follow two haggard-looking individuals, one tall, one short, who established their dynamic quite early on. They are Tahei, the tall one, and Matashichi, a pair of bandits who love nothing more than to insult each other and to fight. We learn quickly they arrived late to the war and were mistaken for the losers. Can't imagine why. Their squabbling is interrupted by a soldier composed entirely of eyes and teeth, who is quickly slaughtered by soldiers on horseback. They respond with their soon-to-be typical bravery. They disagree about what to do next, and in typical droid fashion, they part ways while hurling insults at each other. Tahei runs into some fellow fugitives and learns his way is barricaded. They are trapped on the side of the hill until it gets dark or foggy, or they're captured. Meanwhile, Matashichi arrives in town, where he learns of a reward of 10 gold for the fugitive Princess Yuki of Akizuki from the losing clan. He sees returning soldiers escorting a crowd of prisoners, and he naturally gets mistaken for one of the losers again and captured. Things aren't any better for Tahei. The fog they needed has rolled in, and then clears the minute they get in sight of the Yamana barricades. The other soldiers are shot, and Tahei is captured. As Tahei is escorted up the stairs to dig for gold in the castle, he passes prisoners being escorted down the stairs to dig graves, spies Matashichi, and the two are desperate to reunite. Not to be just yet. Tahe is led to the mines to dig for, apparently, a stash of hidden gold. Later that night, the guards, like 7 of them, are strolling with their pointed sticks through a crowd of a few hundred prisoners when they are ambushed. Wow. Seriously, how could these guards feel safe outnumbered like 20 to 1 with nothing but spears to defend themselves with? In the chaos, Tahe and Matashichi are gloriously reunited. I wonder how long until they spit bile at each other again. In a massive, impressive scene, a horde of escaped prisoners clash on the stairs with the guards, and I gotta tell ya, that does not look safe to film. Seriously, look at this scene. Those are real extras falling by the dozen. Tahe and Matashichi take shelter by the side while the horde stampedes by. Those two are adorable. They realize the fight is over, and after some cute as heck shenanigans, they escape. After stealing some rice to eat, they are bandits after all, they contemplate their options, which include capturing the princess for the reward, or more likely, getting themselves shot. Matashichi throws a stick in frustration and hears a metallic clink. They've found gold! They realize someone is smuggling Akazuki gold, the losing clan, hidden inside sticks. They frantically search for the rest of the wood for more gold, and after finding a second piece, they start fighting again. That did not take long. Enter General Rokuroda, the inimitable Toshiro Mifune. They are intimidated, as always, and they flee quickly. Later that night, he catches up with them at their camp and asks what they're doing. Tahe draws him a map in the sand. See, if they travel through enemy territory, they can avoid the barricade entirely. General Rokuroda sees the benefit of this plan and laughs with Toshiro's glorious teeth and decides to use their plan to escort his princess to safety. Will the princess make it to safety? Will Tahe and Matashichi kill each other before she gets there? Watch and find out! I'm not sure if the main characters are allowed to steal scenes, but Tahe and Matashichi have got this category locked. I mean, look at them. Seriously, what kind of monster would I be if I suggested anything other than Star Wars for this?
Go that way. You'll be malfunctioning within a day, you nearsighted scrap pile. And don't let me catch you following me, begging for help, because you won't get it. R2? R2-D2, it is you! It is you!
Don't question. Go watch them both together and let me know what you think. Would Star Wars make a good double feature with the Hidden Fortress? Well, of course it would. But tell me your opinion anyway. Do you agree with my scene stealers? Well, you should. But let me know in the comments, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, I'm gonna go and see if she's done having breakfast. And here's a second of footage from the next episode.